I'll just get this, I'll kick this off. I'm going to call this public hearing on zoning application number ZA-1-22 to order. All members of council are here, most of the administration, the mayor, and the Fourth Estate. So we'll be held to an honest standard here tonight. Anyway, we have a recommendation. We referred this to Municipal Planning Commission for their review and recommendation. They did review and make a recommendation to approve the zoning ordinance amendment. We did provide notice of this public hearing to the applicant and surrounding properties. Neither the applicant, I don't believe the applicant is present, and neither are any of the surrounding members. Mr. Mayor, one of the questions that I asked when we referred this was, and I don't know if the Planning Commission got to address this, but why they chose B1 as their zoning change rather than B2? Was that addressed at all?
No, we were too busy addressing the change from M to B.
Okay.
And with your permission, I'd like to share that discussion
I'd love
with
to hear
City
that.
Council.
Love to hear that.
City has long been in a position of trying to preserve its limited M1 zoning, because that's our only pocket of it there, except maybe now I think we have a little bit down King Road. But the discussion from two members of the Plan Commission was very clear that this is a small parcel of M1, and now that they understand that that's where marijuana sales could take place, they were ready to take it out of M1, especially along a main thoroughfare. So to go to B1, which would allow this tattoo business to go in, which is not legal under the M1, they thought that was an appropriate change. The true M1 activities are happening farther south of Alexis Road. And if you look at the zoning on the north side of Alexis, the business zoning goes back 300 or 400 feet north. And it makes sense to do the same thing on the south road. On the north, it's residential beyond that. On this part of the south, it's M1, though it is residential to the east setback. So they thought it was coherent zoning to make this change. But what put it over the top was the issue that changing it out of M1 would no longer allow marijuana or adult-based entertainment to be in that area. That is the decision that the council has to think about. It was done 3 or 4 decades ago by Carl Dorcas to find a way to limit where pornography could happen in our community, adult-based entertainment businesses. And there were some that wanted to be in the downtown. And he at the time researched it and said, well, as long as we give them an area of the city, a particular zoning where they can go, it'll be all right. And that has stood up on time. And then council, within a year or two ago, decided that strategy works. Let's use it for marijuana sales as well. So that's what the logic was. Now, only council can decide whether this particular parcel should change to allow a tattoo studio or stay for the marijuana business or adult businesses. This is immediately east of where the marijuana distribution, the medical marijuana distribution was going to be. We're not affecting that, which is the Sylvania Diner. But that's where the Plan Commission came down on it. That made sense to them to recommend this change.
Forget, is it tattoo parlor a special use, or is it included within the B1?
I believe that Tim and I did talk about it, and he was interpreting the code to include it in the B1 as a personal service.
As a personal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not a special use.
Not a special.
Mm-mm.
The municipal planning notes say want to allow for a tattoo shop and a retail type. Yeah, what the retail type, I mean, is that adjacent
The
to the tattoo?
developer was here. The current piece is a 3 rental unit property. And he did not have tenants for the other spaces or tenants that were gonna change. Interesting, the 21 West business that opened up, space of the building that opened up, that business is moving into the Major Magics area. They were in for a sign approval, so that's what started this chain in place. And no, I don't know if the other units are changing at all, but it's the 21 West part of it that's changing.
This is not on our agenda.
It is item
5A.
5, and we do have an ordinance for your consideration or referral, which we can distribute.
We haven't seen that ordinance. I know it's item 5 on the
This-
agenda.
This was because of the summer schedule, city council allowed the clerk to
Right.
post the public hearing just 5 days after this plan commission action. If the plan commission had tabled it, we would have had to have delayed the public hearing. But if
When
we
does
didn't,
Mr.
it
when
was
does
another month for
Mr.
this guy.
Hamid want to initiate the project? Yesterday?
My understanding was that
Yeah.
he has had this tenant waiting for a couple of months. He was not aggressive at all. I'm surprised he's not here. He has maybe a little bit of a language barrier, but I invited him to be here tonight, and he might not have understood me or couldn't be here tonight. I'm not sure. But my understanding is that, yes, tattoo place has a lease subject to this zoning change. You agree with that, Kevin? Do you know? Yeah,
And our next meeting is on the 18th?
4 weeks from tonight. The fact that he's not here tonight, not that pressing, but he's definitely having a language barrier and a system blockage on how to get this done.
Okay, well, we can discuss this further. It's not part of the public hearing. I think we've got all the comments we have. So I would move we close
this
the public hearing. Adjourn the public hearing.
Second.
Thank you. Adjourn.